Joining us now to discuss is Tennessee Congressman and the member of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, Tim Burchett. Congressman, good to see you.
Great seeing you, brother. Thank you for having me on.
So at the start of this week, Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley spoke on the Senate floor about these 17 possible recordings that reveal Joe Biden and his son Hunter took money from foreign companies in an effort to influence U.S. policy. Senator Ron Johnson, however, told Newsmax the other day that the existence of the tapes is not certain. Corporate media is now driving the message that Republicans sort of keep spilling cold water on the Biden bribery allegations. What's the real story here, Congressman? What can you tell us about these recordings?
Well, it's multi-leveled, actually. I think the first thing you need to ask is, how long has the FBI known about these recordings, and why hasn't the Justice Department done anything? We've known about the Biden family corruption for at least 5 years now. First the Chinese, now this, and the irony of it, it's exactly what he accused Trump of doing, and there he was. It's not the first time this has happened. He was lecturing one country on their ethics, and his son was taking $1 million payout. They've created over 20 or 21 LLCs and bank accounts, and they keep throwing it back on Trump. The Trump family did this, they did that. Well, the Trump family sold junk that was made in sweatshops in China. I mean, let's be honest. That was their family business, or still is, I guess. And it has nothing to do with it. What was the Biden family being paid for? And exactly what product did they get? And I'll tell you what product they got. They got influence. And now they have the most powerful man in the world who is cognitively challenged. And he is not able, and we question why Chinese balloons are able to fly over this country and take photos of things. I mean, a lot of these things come into question, and our national security in jeopardy.
The chairman of your committee, James Comer, says that new bank records could show that the Bidens accepted as much as $30 million from foreign nationals. When are we going to see the FBI informants document and hear from Hunter Biden's business associates? Because, you know, the public continues to hear more and more about this. They see more and more evidence of this kind of criminal activity, but they haven't really seen the physical evidence yet. They haven't seen the goods.
Yeah, I think we've got to have transparency, and I think that's been the job of the media. And honestly, you all are the only ones raising this fact that the most powerful man in the world has been on the payroll of some of our enemies, frankly, and has received bribery, literally, and it's compromised our national security, yet the Justice Department refuses. That's why I've said all along that we need to start talking about cutting the Justice Department's funding and restructuring them, because it used to be they were for justice, and now they are not. They are for covering up crimes by a crime family, and that's exactly what they're doing.
I asked this question of one of your colleagues last hour. The committee is still gathering evidence. It's building. How do you advance accountability with a Biden Justice Department, though, if you're the committee?
I think all we can do is expose it and then let the Democrats run for cover and try to misdirection everything and say, well, what about this? What about that? When we need to be focusing on what's going on with the Biden family. And I think the American public sees that. But then again, 20 million conservative folks stay home at the elections. Nothing's ever going to change. And that's what happened last time. And if it keeps going down that path, they will. And we've got to keep fighting. We've got to keep our eye on the prize. We've got to talk about reducing debt. We got to talk about funding our law enforcement and making sure that the funds and things like the Justice Department get to real justice, not a bunch of woke garbage programs.
Congressman, I just have about a minute left with you. I want to pivot here, and this also goes to the issue of transparency. You've been hot on the subject of UFOs for quite some time while you've been in Congress. Now, there's a chance that a so-called whistleblower could come to testify before Congress saying that the government is covering up the existence of extraterrestrials. You commented on this earlier this week. Do you believe there's a cover-up, sir?
I do, 100%. Since 1947, Roswell, you had military intelligence come out. The military said, we've recovered a saucer. And then the next day, they trot this poor officer out and he holds up a piece of a hot air balloon and says, no, in fact, it was a hot air balloon, which apparently was a top secret program at the time, and they never would have disclosed it anyway. Military intelligence is like congressional ethics. It just doesn't exist. And I know the man that they're talking about, he's a decorated veteran. That doesn't mean a lot in Washington, D.C., but dadgummit in Tennessee, it sure means a heck of a lot. And yeah. I look forward to having his testimony there and some other folks, too, and we will be having a hearing.
All right. Now, I can't let you go without sharing this moment from the congressional baseball game on Wednesday. There you are. You hit a single that scored 2 runs for the Republican team. You'd go on to defeat the Democrats 16-6, your party's 3rd straight win in this annual charity game. Never knew that you had that kind of power swing, Congressman.
Well, as you saw, the other runners were already crossing home, and I was still about halfway to first base. I'm 58. I'm honored that my buddy Roger Williams, our skipper and our coach and mentor, let me play. And the guys on the team, they couldn't be happier for me. And it was really one of those moments I will never forget.
All right. Terrific. Terrific. Glad you were able to help bring them home. All right. Thank you so much. Congressman Tim Burchett. Appreciate you.